I am currently afraid to tell you I'm recording because you've asked me to, but we are currently now recording.
Fuck your monetization.
Balls.
Dick butt.
Punter child.
Brain sausage.
Punter child. That's all I'm saying. Oh
Leah
wait,
is
Jessica
becoming a
Storm is
grooming
gone.
Minecraft YouTuber and streamer.
No. No.
She does pet
No.
grooming. Okay, pet grooming. She looks after her pets.
Yes.
That is where she has been. Instead of playing with us, she has been grooming children in Minecraft.
You're going to have to bleep that out. No. Lee's a good person. Don't cancel them.
Leah is a great
You're
person.
trying to throw me under the bus. The one person who's also going to try and help get your content out there. You're like, okay, how about we throw you under the bus? Damn. Okay. I know when
Well,
I'm not
yeah,
wanted.
I'll get more views if I do that. I'm sorry, Leah. You're a great person, and it's 100% me mishearing
Lee, I'm gonna send
what
you a
had said.
DM.
So, to clarify, that everything said here was a joke, and do not represent
Or was
the
it?
opinions and opinions of Zaru Incorporated.
Leah, I sent you a DM.
Okay, hold on.
Is it something to say?
No, not to say, but it's just the title of the session.
Just go through.
I'm gonna send
later
it to
on
you,
when
Zoe.
the
Look at
video.
it on your phone. Look at it on your phone, Zoe.
Oh, okay. I will look at it on my phone. Thank you for the heads up. I was about to switch over to it. Okay, phone. That is the timer app, not the Discord app.
What did it be
No.
joins back? Because
Yeah, that would be
what
rejoin.
did it be joins?
Yeah, joins back.
because I was
Oh
here
no,
before.
it's maybe an edit is player rejoins after spending months learning how to
Yeah.
in Minecraft.
Anyways, D&D, everybody.
D&D Beyond.
Yes, I love the game.
Okay, are we all?
I'm so lost.
Does anybody need it streamed to them?
It's
I'm trying
already
to get my
being.
Chromebook
Oh,
on.
it's already. I
Like-
mean, yeah, true.
Going on and all.
Sorry, you're cutting in and out, Taco. What?
Ah, why am I so big?
I
What
was
the fuck?
about to say.
Yes,
Oink
no.
proves it
While
to
you
us
were
all.
away, Oik went through a growth spurt and now covers the entire map. No.
Oink had a growth spurt. They went from goblin to ogre.
Yes. No, I was just had this up here to remind everybody what your character art looked like now that you're back.
I mean,
Jessica
technically, the
barely
character
got to
art
see
has
you.
changed. The character art has changed.
Oh, did you send me a new one? That I didn't.
It's in.
Oh, did
It's
I?
in.
Did I fuck that up?
Wait, will Orc then see the blacksmith?
No, they have a
Oh.
family.
They have a family
Yeah.
now.
Ew.
No,
They've got
I
a
only
family
have,
now.
the last character art I have is Giovanni. I'm not seeing any updated Oik images.
Hold on, I'm trying to freaking find it because it's way back. Otherwise, I might just have to resend it if I have it.
Yeah, you'll probably have to
But
resend it
my-
because I'm not seeing it. Like, yeah, I have you here, you know, in the Michael area for the Oik art. So, still, by the way, don't have art for Chaos's new character, Hope.
I don't know how they look, or do I? I'm going to be. I have a fuck ton of things on my list when it comes towards art that I have to do. So, and I've really been pushing to get a tablet so I can get a lot of it done.
Oh, okay, so-
But unfortunately, where I live, that is not something easy. Because I live in the middle of fucking. Okay, I think I responded to it, so it should be there now.
let me just quick check.
It's under art.
Oh, it's
The art
in
one.
the channel. Okay, gotcha. Fan art
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you colored it. You also changed the eyes, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, little couple changes, colored it. Okay, I will get that up and running to for the next session. If I don't
I
forget.
freaking Hope looks kind of like Santiana.
Well, this is just one of the basic things. This doesn't actually really represent what Hope looks like, so
I mean,
because
Okay,
I don't have any Hope art to put it, so I just put this as the closest thing. They also wield the stick of truth, which they bonk people
No
with.
bonk.
Yes, all bonk.
BDSM guy still exists, sadly.
Yes,
Oh, no,
BDSM guy is also
I
around.
joined
I forgot
I
about that
joined-
guy.
the other time, like, and was introduced to BDSM guy. I left again for a while because we went on a trip, and it's just honestly been really busy. And you're telling me that brother is still around?
Yep,
He
he's
is like
have
by
tried
the
to
way,
kill him.
Sadly.
based off of
We have
average rolls for
actively
threshold.
tried
We've
to
tried
kill him.
We will be
tried to
looking into
throw the
BDSM guy's
enemy to a
backstory,
lake.
so I will be narrating to myself today at some point.
Okay, I'm just trying to do volume control as well.
I'm bumping
Fair.
Michael up a little bit because he's a little quiet for me.
I'm trying
He
to
was
find...
like too loud for me because I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I couldn't hear him. Then again, I was technically speaking over him, so I would hear myself better. So, okay, so for the people who are joining us now, for last session, which was potentially left unrecorded for my own voice, we explored the backgrounds of Hope, Michael, and Jessica, in which Jessica was traumatized and finally remembered the truth of what happened in the facility that she was kept in as a child. And this will also be the start of her growth arc in controlling her powers, in which she's, by the way, successfully gaslit all of you into believing don't exist. Yep. Those persuasion rolls have been pretty good. You know, you guys definitely didn't see two Jessicas at multiple points so far. For Michael, we explored the part of his story that pre-existed the time before he was a skeleton, and then also we got to meet one of the characters, or the character who helped awaken Michael as a skeleton. But we also learned that the character who sent them all to the Shadow Realm was, in fact, there a couple hundred years ago when Michael reawoken as a skeleton. But we also learned that it's one of Jessica's childhood friends. And for Hope's arc, we kind of traumatized her with slavery and the betrayal of people she trusts. Today we will be looking at Oik and what's been going on with Oik and how she will return.
Here.
Yeah, sorry, he will technically return. And we will be looking at Giovanni's history as well. Speaking of which, for those who remember, we will be moving over to the Shadow Realm, where we have a massive Michael.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's a big old Michael. Goodbye, Michael.
Oige isn't the only one that has gotten a growth spurt.
Yes.
Squirt.
No, all of you
I don't
are
know.
going through a growth spurt. First off, let me find... do we want to start with Oik or Giovanni here?
Roll a dice.
Okay, 1 to 10, Oik,
Gambling.
11 to 20, Giovanni.
7.
13, we start with Giovanni.
I said it at the same time you did.
Okay,
Oh boy.
that is
What
one muscular abdomen.
Yes.
Pure crystal, baby.
Gotta get them crystal gains. But actually, where the fuck is this? I'm looking. We will actually be starting
Let me
with
also
Flicker,
switch. Oh.
who's a bit more, beefy, a bit less defined, because he's
Hard.
rock instead of crystal.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys also keep forgetting that Ignis exists too, or rather, I should say, Michael keeps forgetting that Ignis exists too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Ironically, the guy who you almost killed is the guy. Okay, but technically, you've almost killed almost half of the party
On multiple
by
occasions.
accident on multiple occasions. So it's not
No idea
surprising that
what
you
you're talking
forgot.
about.
Actually, I'd say it's
In
like
all
No
fairness-
idea
100%
what
of the
you're
party,
talking about.
including himself.
In all fairness,
No.
I almost killed Michael like 6 times already.
I would never.
Okay.
I'm an innocent little boy. You cannot accuse me of
Yes,
anything.
I'm an innocent
That's
little
exactly
bony
what a groomer
boy.
would say. No, I'm sorry. In comedy, that's called a callback.
And now I wish she couldn't be heard. That's the callback.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, thank you. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not into
Leah.
that.
Shut up, Leah. Neither am I, Leah. So
Are you sure about that?
I'll tell you this: I'd rather this than Leah.
And be a Minecraft player.
No, yeah, than to be a
Because
Minecraft
technically,
player.
that would be a pedophile because you're older than me.
Okay, moving
Anyways,
on.
back to
Everybody but
D&D.
Giovanni mute themselves, please. Because we will be, or, mute your microphones or whatever. Because we will be focusing on Giovanni's backstory, which, if you remember Giovanni as Flicker, you didn't remember your own history. You kind of woke up one day as this rock person. So, what we will be doing is we will be going back in time to your creation. Slipping back thousands of years, all the way, actually tens of thousands of years, all the way into the era of myth and legends, which is also, by the way, going to be the first time I've ever actually covered a in-character existence in the era of myth and legends.
What do you mean I'm old as fuck?
What? Oh yeah, you an ancient boy.
Dab up, brother.
Yeah, there you go. You are tens of thousands of years old here, Flicker. But this is like the late era of the era of myth and legends. Wild beasts roam the land. This is basically think of it as a Jurassic era of my world, even though it was only about, it's not that old. There aren't like dinosaurs or anything. But we are entering an era in which civilization literally does not exist in. And we come to a small pile of assorted stones that over the eons have been eroded and fused into one group. And over even a longer period of time, they somehow, unbeknownst to anybody, gained sentience. Giovanni, you don't even have Flicker, you don't even have eyes yet. If you've watched that time I got reincarnated as a slime, you're kind of like Rimuru right at the beginning. Your consciousness awakens. You can sense the world around you through magic, but you cannot see anything as you exist as this kind of amorphic stone blob that can kind of inch its way across the ground like a slime. So what do you do?
It is.
No legs, no eyes, no mouth. You just exist as rock.
I just.
I know, I'm making this
Count.
very hard for you to roleplay. I'm sorry.
I every time the sun is at the highest, I keep count.
Oh, so you're just counting your days away. I guess. Then roll me a history check to see if you can keep count for all the days gone by.
1 second, I got 14 in real. Hashtag not sponsored.
By the way, you are using your own your Giovanni skill set. By the way, so just roll with whatever bonuses he gets, because this is in essence a memory, not a factual thing.
16.
16. You count. You count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. And as you sit there counting, as time flies by, more and more stone is absorbed through you. There's a couple of changes you notice in your environment where a massive amount of ice approaches you slowly, pushing you along, allowing you to gather up other pebbles and stones before it comes to a stop. And you're stuck there. You have the sense of feeling cold for a long period of time before it melts away, revealing a very, very primitive humanoid form. And you open your eyes for the first time to see the world around you. There is green trees standing. There are animals nearby, oblivious to the sound of rocks moving, as you sit upright for the first time.
He just looks around while sitting up, and then he notices, like, he's trying to get used to having appendages.
Yeah, this, by the way, is like very skinny form of flicker. So you
Mm.
don't have all the big old, rock muscles. You haven't actively absorbed anything. And as you begin looking around, there is a force in the back of your mind that seems to compel you to walk south. And not that you necessarily know what south is. That's for or for you reference, not character reference.
He will start walking in the general direction.
Okay. Um, Again, you start walking, and much like you did when you were just a pile of sentient stones, really you're not paying attention to where you walk or how far you walk, but what you pay attention to is how long you walk. Again, you start counting the days. First, it starts at 1, 5, 10, 100, and reaches once again to 1,000 days passed by of continuous movement. You're not running, but walking, so distance wise, you're not actually moving as far as you might think. But eventually, you find yourself on a shoreline. Um, and the sense in the back of your mind, that presence, the almost pressure that forced you down here, begins to fade away. And for the first time, you actually take in your surroundings. You're standing there on a sandy beach, and off in the distance to your right, you see a very tall but scraggly tower. Oh, that seems to be made of a stone you've never seen before. It's so dark it seems to absorb the light around it.
Being basically newborn curiosity, I would walk over. I would slowly make my way over though.
As you walk and walk, again, you start counting the days 1, 5, 10, 100, 1,000. And no matter how long you walk, you continue following the coastline. It changes from beach to rocky hills to a flat bluff with grass and animals grazing on it. But no matter how long you walk, it seems that the tower never gets closer.
He is he's determined to get to the tower now.
Okay, so let's say you start
So
running. And as you run, your feet smash into the ground, collecting more rocks. And you begin to grow a little over the next couple 100 days. And eventually, the tower seems to be getting slightly closer. Ever so slightly. As you continue run, you pick up your pace, you're running faster and faster until you find yourselves at the bottom of these of a set of stairs that lead up to this tower. And now that you're standing at the foot of it, the tower appears to reach beyond the clouds, a height that you've never seen before. And in front of you at the top of these stairs are a massive black stone doors that swing open as you take your first step up the stairs.
he stumbles back a second, but then he calms himself and walks forward.
You take your steps forward, you walk up the stairs, The tower, for the first time, feels like it's not moving away from you. And as you take a couple tentative steps into the foyer of the tower, the doors close behind you, surrounding you in a darkness you've never experienced before, even when you couldn't see. There is no sense of magic around you. There is no form of light until you hear a whoosh, 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 as flickering blue flames light up along sconces in the wall. And you're standing in a room that is completely smooth. You touch the rocks in your travels. You've kind of learned, even though you weren't very observant, as you walked over different types of rocks, you learned like, oh, this is a basic rock. This is like iron. This is you've kind of observed the differences in stone, but as your feet and hands touch the stone around you, you have absolutely no sense of them. And as you're kind of exploring this room, which I'm assuming you'd kind of like, touch around and see what you can find out, a figure
Yeah.
in a flash of green light appears in front of you. It is an elderly man with a very long beard, hunched over with a cane in one hand to support himself.
Hello?
Hello, dear child, and welcome to the Tower of the Gods.
What's a god?
Oh, that's a very simple but also difficult question to answer for somebody like you. A god is a creator, a being of power so magnificent that nothing else can compare to it. Imagine they could snap their fingers and turn a pile of stones into a thinking, if not breathing, being. That is the power a god could wield.
Is that what happened to me?
The old man shrugs and goes, I can't tell you. It's your pilgrimage to figure that out.
Is that what I've been on so far? A pilgrimage?
Yes, a pilgrimage is a travel to try and figure out truths that may seem elusive, but much closer than they are.
No. Oh, okay.
Roll me a perception check.
17.
17. It's at this moment you notice that the old man's mouth has never moved as he spoke. In fact, you've never heard language before, and yet you somehow can communicate with him, if not in words, more so in pictures that have meaning attached to them. And as you do this, you actually learn how to speak for the first time out loud. Sorry, I had to take a sip of bravery there. The old man steps aside and motions to the place that he appears. And in the darkness, you can see a slightly elevated spot in the stone that seems to have very ancient symbols written on them. Although you've never seen written language before, you know in essence what it is, but you cannot read it. And the old man goes, take a step on these take a step here, and you will begin the last part of your pilgrimage.
Oh, okay. And then he walks and stands.
You stand on the platform for a very short bit before a blinding flash of light appears, and you find yourself standing on a cloud in the sky, a large gate in front of you.
He turns around nervously, like, huh?
To all sides of you are clouds and blue sky. The only thing of note is a gate. However, you notice that it is simply just a single lone standing gate. You can walk around it, but the gate is closed.
He squats down and starts playing with the clouds for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, the clouds are as you squat down to touch the clouds, you can feel your feet as if they are standing on the sands of the beach that you were originally on when you saw the tower. It's both soft, supple, but provides you enough support to stand solidly. But as you touch the clouds, you find that you can literally just rip them out of the ground in the handfuls. And as you continue to move the clouds around, you kind of dig yourself a small hole.
And I'm like, huh. Nice.
Yeah,
And
so
then
there's
he
a
gets
very
out of
nice
his
hole.
hole.
You can sit in it even.
Yeah. And he climbs out the hole and he walks up to the gate.
The gate is a term massive seems like an understatement. If you weren't already above the clouds, if this were on the ground, you would know that the gate was probably taller than the tower you saw that reached beyond the clouds itself. But at the same time, um, it's actually not that wide. If you were to lay down, it would only take maybe another half of you to reach across the width of the gate.
And he attempts to push the gate open.
The gate does not budge.
Excuse me, sir. Am I supposed to, sir?
There is nobody here to speak to.
Back to this again.
Sorry, what did you say?
He's like, well, back to this again.
So do you just keep pushing on the gate?
He would think back to when he was just a rock, and he would just sit in front of the gate,
Okay. As you
counting the
sit,
days again.
as you sit in front of the gate and begin counting the days, your count reaches 10,000, then 10,001, then 100,000. You can see the sky change from it's a clear sky you've never seen before because you've always observed it from the ground, but from above the clouds, the stars sparkle brighter than anything before. And on the 101,000 or on the 100,001th day, first day, I don't know how that's anyway. And there is a light that streaks across the sky. It is a blue-green color. At the edges and the peripheries of it, there are flashes of purple. For out-of-character context, it would be the Aurora Borealis. Um, and on that day, you feel that you might be open. You might be able to open the door once more, or the gate once more.
Yeah. I picture myself. I wonder if I can look as pretty as that one day.
Totally not intentional, but very cool reference.
And then he's like, well, let me try this door again. And he goes to push against the gate again.
Yeah, you stand pushing against the gate, and before it seemed to be an immovable object. But as you push it, it seems no more difficult than pulling the clouds up, and it just swings open. But, as you saw previously, you could walk around the gate. You know that there's nothing behind it. You can even see through the metal bars. But as it opens, it seems to rip a tear in front of you, and between the two doors of the gate, there is a small, dark room filled with books, with a wooden table, a place to sleep. And as you pass through the gates, they close behind you again, and you are back in the tower you once started in. But it's not the first floor that you walked into, it's a totally different floor with many books surrounding you.
Oh. I guess it's. I guess I'm meant to be here for a while.
Do you pick any of the books up, or do you just sit in the middle of the room? For it seems that is what you are best at.
I, I I attempt to try to go through it alphabetically.
Alphabetic. You don't know what an alphabet is, so um,
That's why I said try.
you pick up the first book, the second book, the third book, and you can make no sense of it. And but as you continue trying to read these books, you recognize some of the patterns, you see some of the similar symbols, and over time you learn to read these books. And they range from all history. In fact, there's multiple languages here. Um, they seem to reach beyond the realm of time itself. Some books make references to fantastical machines that fly through the sky, or even beyond it. Other books references the start of written history during the beginning and the dawn of the Age of Wiles. Another book references the death of the Empress and the fall of Imparun. Words and names you do not understand, and references that cannot be made. But these are incomplete books. They either end too early, or there's no following book. They seem to be here assorted at random, as if they were plucked out of time. But you learn about yourself a little bit. That you would best be considered something like a stone atronach. That you can use the abilities of the earth around you, and you begin to learn some of the skills that would later serve you as flicker. And in an unbelievably lame way, you give yourself a name as you read through the flicker of candle and sconce light. You name yourself Flicker. I know, very lame. I'm sorry. I'm sure you thought of something way cooler than that.
No, it would have been something like that.
And and as you read and read, eventually you read every book that's here. And as you close the pages of the last book that you have to read, there is a flash of green behind you, and the elderly man stands there again and says, "This is the knowledge that a god has."
Does that make me a god now?
No, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. However, you can't be allowed to leave this pilgrimage with any of the knowledge you have, other than the knowledge of yourself and what you have learned that you are. Nah, that was a bad sentence, but whatever.
That's fair. Some of these histories are incomplete, and I don't want to mess them up.
That is very true. And it's the delicacy of this that you have to remember when it comes to being a god, for any of the gods, both here already or the ones to be. That you must treat things with a delicate touch. Otherwise, very important points of history may be ruined, destroyed, or gone altogether.
What if I am gone one day?
You will return transformed as something else. And he snaps his fingers, and there, instead of standing Flicker, is Giovanni, with all his memories of his past self intact from the point that you originally reawakened and joined the group of adventurers here. Your own death as Flicker and your rebirth as Giovanni, you stand here. You remember some of the more important passages of history that you've learned here. And the old man smiles at you as the darkness around you begins to fade and you can see almost nothing but light. You reappear in the room that you were standing in, fighting the shadowy ninja woman. And along with you reappear Michael, Hope. Jessica is kneeling on the ground over the empty space, over an empty space. And there stands, if I can scroll up fast enough, there stands, reappearing with the rest of them, Giovanni once again. Oh, pardon me. So, Giovanni, you can add into your hidden traits unorthodox historian. If you ever feel the want or need, you can try and remember something that was in these books that might be pertinent to you in the moment.
Okay.
And that is a hidden trait of yours now, albeit it's not that hidden now that everybody here has heard it. And that is where we leave Giovanni. Oik, are you ready?
No.
Good.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's get the big Giovanni out of here. And go find the dainty Oik.
I know.
There we go. Oik, there you are. Also, I would say, despite the jokes I made earlier, because what I really should have done when I first started recording was say, "Welcome back, Leah. It is good to have you again."
It's good to be back. For the little bit I might be back again.
Well, hopefully you can at least get to the end of the season with us here. That would be
I'll
amazing.
try my best.
So, Oik, unbeknownst to you, you have been missing for a little over a decade now from the real world. And actually I think it's been a couple of weeks for the party itself has missed you. But for this entire time, the last thing you remember was fighting the Red Lady in the underworld. And that is when everything went black, when you stepped onto the teleporter that was supposed to take you back to the world of the living. You stepped on that teleporter and you experienced the flash you originally did when you came to the underworld, except it stayed dark. You do not know how long you have been here. You do not know how long it has been. But suddenly you can see again. All of your senses have quite literally been void until now. And you stand in the village you were originally born in. A child once again.
Goodness. I guess Oik would depending on if this is like a flashback thing, I guess Oik would try and look around and be very confused.
I mean, confusion is only natural here. But although you have your memories of what was going on, and although you have the memories of experiencing nothing but a void, you look around and you might know what a flashback or a memory is, but this feels too real. You can smell the char of meat cooking over a fire. You can hear the sound of other children playing around you, the hustle and bustle of a small goblin village in the middle of the forest. You can hear the and feel the wind rustling around you and brushing the treetops. If this is a flashback or a memory, it is the most real dream you've ever had.
Like, okay. I feel like Oik would like slightly panic as well because of like they would consider this as like magic, maybe.
It is magic in its own sense. You can feel your body resisting what is going on. Um, as you have an innate ability to nullify magic almost completely. But whatever
Yeah.
this is more powerful than your own innate abilities and is overcoming them absolutely and completely. In fact, you have the presence of mind to realize the only reason you remember your life up to this point, your effectively what would be a future life, is because of your innate abilities to resist magic.
Okay. I guess slightly panicked, she like he would like try and look around as well.
Um, you look around and you have the scene I described, which is a small
Yeah.
goblin village. Maybe in the distance you can see your father or mother, which I almost said is the same word. Um, I know. I was like, um, and you see the kids running around you. You see the adult goblins, albeit they still aren't that big. Scurrying around, preparing tasks. You see a hunting party preparing to go out and find food for the village. Um, the female goblins are mending clothes or even building homes. Um, and yeah, that is the scene you see around you. It's a happy scene. Many goblin villages aren't that happy. Some of them have some more brutal customs. Some of them are, attacked pretty constantly by humans. But your village doesn't even have a wall around it. You live in relative peace. And by the way, this is the memory you have as your childhood. One of a peaceful memory
Okay.
of a peaceful village.
I guess then Oik would walk over to his parents because he hasn't seen them in a long time, and he also like doesn't know if they died or not. Like present day Oik does has no idea if his parents are dead or not because he just kind of walked away.
Yeah. Um, you walk up to your let's just roll a dice, and you walk up to your mother, and she's currently tending a fire with a small goblin baby, kind of like latched onto her back. Because I guess in my world, goblins are a little bit more like chimpanzees. Babies don't leave their mother's, physical body until they are, at least a year old. So there is a goblin clinging to your mother's. There's a child clinging to your mother's backside. This would be your baby brother. Um, his eyes are full and sparkly, looking at you as you approach. And your mother, without looking around, goes, Oik, how can I help you? Dinner won't be ready for a couple more hours.
Shit. I've completely forgotten how to D&D. Okay. I
Well,
guess Oik would kind of like ask what happened.
just as a side
Cause
note,
he,
to remember how to
yeah.
D&D, imagine yourself as Oik. Embody the character. Think about Oik's motivations. Think about, you know, um, what Oik wants to accomplish in life, and think about everything Oik has experienced after joining, having been rescued from that cage left for dead. Um, and then pulling a large metal rod out of a building and having it collapse and forcing Chaos to make an acrobatic saving throw. Just remember
Yeah.
everything that Oik is. And most importantly, that Oik wants to smash.
Like smash.
Yeah, Oik smash. And then put Oik in the position of a child once again, mind you, with her memories intact. In a village, having a very nostalgic memory and a trip, or rather, having a very nostalgic trip down memory lane. And that is, my advice for how to role play. When it comes to the actual roles, worry not. I will let you know what they have to be. If you still have your character sheet on roll D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I still have the character sheets.
Okay, then that will help you roll.
Yeah. Because I'm just trying to think and to try and do that, but again, it's been a while.
A second. Don't worry. I mean, most of what I have here is narrative, so don't worry too much about your roleplay.
Thank goodness. I guess Oik would also try and determine if it's before they left the village.
This would
Or,
most certainly
the
be
last-
before you left the village. So goblins
Yeah,
are
but
very.
how long before, in time span between, in days or hours maybe, this is where they are now and this is when they left.
Okay, so I would say it would be about 1 to 2 years before you left the village at this certain point in time. So how goblins work is the average lifespan of a goblin is 20 to 40 years in my world. Unless they evolve into something like a hobgoblin or a greater goblin, which is possible technically. And basically, how it works is for the first year, a goblin baby is just attached to its mother. After which, it learns a lot of independence. Most goblin children, by any other standard of a sentient creature, after a year, a goblin child is basically fully capable of acting as an adult. But there are still many things a goblin child needs to learn to be a successful goblin. So there is another 4 years usually spent learning, and then after those 4 years, so a total of 5 years after birth, a goblin is considered an adult. Like a full-blown adult, you have all the adult responsibilities you'll get.
Okay.
And that's how it works. You are about 3 years old at this point.
I will say one thing though. You said she was busy cooking something, I guess.
Yeah,
If I remember
she's slowly rotating a skewered rat over a couple skewered rats over a fire.
Knowing Oik, Oik would also look at his mom very confused, kind of still trying to process what's happening, and also then step into the fire, just put their toes into the fire slightly, not on purpose.
Yeah, so you kind of walk forward in almost a confused haze as you're trying to figure out what's going on, as you can smell the enticing meat, or the enticing smell of cooking meat. You just are drawn a little forward, and you will make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution.
Yep, just
22.
22. Both of your toes, in fact, both of your half of both of your feet are just standing in the fire, and you feel and experience no pain. And your mother seems completely oblivious to the situation.
You just focus on turning the rat.
Yep, she's just solely focused on turning the rack. It is her job in the village to turn the rack, and that is what she's doing. But what she does say is is there something I can do to help you, Oik?
Shit. I guess Oik would ask what has happened over the last bit. Like, trying to regain a little bit more semblance of, like, what has, at least what has happened within, like, the last few days, like 2 or 3 days.
Well, what do you mean, what has happened? What has happened is we hunt, we cook, we eat, we sleep. It's just a simple life. It's the life I know. It's the life you know. It may be a little boring, but at least we are content.
Okay. And then Oik would, like, sniff around slightly, and then it's like, what is burning?
Ah,
And then,
the searing of meat, the charring of flesh. That is what is burning. Let's just say your father, you, and your brother love burnt meats.
also Oik would, like, look down, it's like, why are my feet toasty? And then,
Actually, on a 22 con save, your feet still feel quite cool. You don't even notice that they are in the fire. Like, you yourself
Okay.
are, like, standing halfway in the fire, and you are not feeling it.
wouldn't his clothes catch on fire, though?
Due to server rules, I can't describe it, but let's just say all the goblins are naked.
Okay. So later on, he steals clothes from a group of bandits he attacks.
Let's also not forget
That's how
that
you get.
Oik has a slave collar on.
Yeah, but that only came from what happened before they found him. That is the thing you said, hey, because of the fact they found him in a cage.
And that's what we're exploring today.
Yay, the timeline before that.
Yeah, this is the
I guess
timeline
then
well before that.
I guess after that, Oik would just then say goodbye to his mother and then walk around the village a little bit.
And your mother says, "Goodbye, Oik."
Just walk around the village a little bit.
By the way, your mother's name is Leek. L-I-Q. Leek.
Leak.
Yep, Leek.
Leak. Okay.
You are Oik, she
But
is
Oik
Leek.
would. What's my dad's name and what's the baby's name?
Your dad's name would be Pick, and the baby's name is Pig. They kind of wanted to go with the IQ ending on everything, except your
It's a
father's
very
name is like
goblin-y thing.
P-I-K, so they wanted the IQ from your mother's name, and then realized that they just named their kid Pig, and it was fine. They didn't care.
I mean, that is a very goblin-esque thing to do. Just
And
name your child Pig, and it's like, okay, cool.
well, they didn't do it intentionally, and it wasn't until the kid was already born and kind of like named that they realized, oh shit, we just named our kid Pig. Whatever.
Yeah, okay. But Oik would just wander.
Also, I just made that off the top of my head, just so you know. I did not have that written down. We got Pick, Leek,
Props to you then.
and Pig. And you are Oik.
Oik.
Oik and Pig actually kind of sound like they kind of go together, don't they?
Yeah, because I remember who was
What
it?
noise does the pig make? Oik.
Oink. No, I remember I was referred to as Oik in the beginning by Flickr, I think, by Taco. Because it kept like a few people kept calling me Oink
Yep.
because they didn't know it was Oik.
Yep. You are Oik.
So
So it makes sense.
Oik.
And I totally did not name your brother Pig remembering any of that. Just so you know, I just came up with that because I was going with the kind of IQ IK ending, And because your father's
Yeah.
name started with a P, they wanted to keep that for your brother. And then your mother's last name ended with an IQ for leak. And they just kind of combined it, so it turned out to be pig. That was the thought process I had. It makes so much fucking sense for your character lore.
It does. It does. But yeah, Oig would walk around and probably just pick up a stick somewhere around.
Yeah, there are plenty of just random sticks, twigs, and logs around the village. It's a goblin village in the middle of a forest. It's not exactly the cleanest place you've ever been. You know, the huts are made out of like very simple like leaf ceilings and twig with mud walls, which by the way is a term for stucco walls. You know, it's a very primitive village. There are no stone. Some of them are like the chieftain's village would be built into the perfect niche into a diverted tree like thing. So like, you know, it makes a Y, but it's wide enough to build a house there. And there's a very rickety steps up to it. That's like the chieftain's house. So there you go.
Oik will try and find a stick that is closer to the one that he accidentally almost killed Chaos for.
Okay.
Like the pole before it was upgraded.
Roll me what I like to call a luck check. It has no modifiers. It's just a flat d20.
Is a flat D20. Okay.
Mhm.
Where is my D20? It is hiding from me.
Oh, you can also appoint a player to roll on your behalf if you'd like.
I trust Bailey with that because he has, I feel like, the best rolls out of most of the characters.
Bailey, if you're there and not
Yeah.
listening to Doctor Who,
I'm here. No, I'm not watching Doctor Who, surprisingly.
great. I'm more entertaining than Doctor Who. That's fucking amazing.
For now. For now.
Could you roll
love Doctor
just a
Who.
flat? I love Doctor Who too. But could you
Flat
roll a flat
20.
20?
Okay, Leah, I got a question for you. You saying that I was good, right?
No.
Would you be mad if I said I
Please.
got in that one? No, let them answer the question first. Would you be mad if I said I got in that one?
Did you get in that one?
No, I got in that 20.
Are you lying to me or are you telling
No,
me
I
the
actually
truth?
got in that 20.
Okay, good.
Just give you a
Motherfucker.
slight heart attack before I give you the truth.
You whore. Damn it.
I shall now
Okay.
vanish.
Nat 20's fucking crazy, Bailey. But thank you. I get to have fun with this. So Oik, you have the memories of your I guess future / past self. The memories of your not dream self. So for a moment, you kind of forget that you're a child again. And again, how goblins age is you're almost fully grown, even though you're still 2 years away from adult. Which is, you know, like the equivalent of being, you know, like 8 years away from being an adult. You're basically like 10 years old. If we're
Yeah.
using human terms of 18 at adult. But you kind of forget that you're only 3 years old, and you kind of think you're an adult again. But most importantly, you have all the traits of being adult awake. So, you're looking for a stick, and you kind of go along and you trip over a log that is about 2 to 3 times adult Oik's height, and you just pick it up and start swinging it around. And you're like, oh, this is a good twig.
Yeah. Oik would run back to his mother and be like, Oik found big twig! Look at cool big twig!
Oik? I believe this would be either an acrobatic or athletic saving throw that I need you to make.
Acrobatic. So whichever one
that you'll do better with. And you are going to do this at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh yeah, because I have little body.
No, because you're an oblivious goblin.
Oh, so
Not
you're
because
just
you have a
like,
little
am I
body.
going to destroy things?
Oh, yes. If you roll bad on this, yes.
21.
That's with disadvantage?
Yes.
I'm going to use my great DM powers to force you to re-roll that one more time. Whatever you get is what we keep. So if it's higher, it's higher. If
He
it's
did
lower,
this
it's
to
lower.
me as well.
Well, when you roll something I don't like, it doesn't work for my story. I get to use my great powers as DM to make you re-roll.
20.
Leah, do you want...
I hate you, Leah.
Keep
But
in mind,
I
I
am...
used athletics. I used athletics. I have a +7 to my athletics.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I
Hold
said,
on.
you're using adult OIC stats, and I said you'd keep whatever you rolled, and I am a very, very truthful person to myself.
Not happy, but
Not happy, but truthful, and that is why I like making these stories in D&D format, because shit like this happens, it just goes away from my narrative, and that is a lot more like life than we care to admit. And you run through the village. Like you searched for like an hour or maybe even 2 hours looking for this perfect stick, quote unquote stick. And you pick it up and just run all the way through the village. And somehow, through complete like Three Stooges level obliviousness, you come within fractions and hairs of hitting people, buildings, houses, and when you get to your mother, you point the stick forward and you point it perfectly between the fire and the rotating meat rack over the fire without knocking it over. And your mother goes, "Oik, what you doing? Move the twig. You're going to hit the meat." Because she turned Italian all of a sudden.
almost for a moment I thought you were like gonna say I pointed directly at her face, millimeters away from freaking hitting her in the head.
No, if you had rolled bad, you were going to knock over the meat and just like ruin her hours of work. But you rolled too well for that to happen.
But like would point very like hold up the stick very excitedly. Be like, "Look, big twig. Is not good, big twig."
Your mother, for the first time, actually looks at you and goes, "It is very big twig. Stop pointing it over the fire."
Oik like almost carelessly swishes it away from the fire.
Bailey, because you rolled really well, I need you to roll a luck check at disadvantage for Hoik.
Okay, but don't blame me if this goes wrong for you.
I actually got my dice now.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make
I got
Bailey
my
roll
die.
this because
So,
fuck you.
Is this just a straight?
Yeah,
just
this
straight
is a
finish?
straight
Just a
D20.
D20.
It is a luck
Okay,
check.
so that was an 18. That was an 18.
Two
Two
18s.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No, I've already I don't like to use my
Well,
DM
no,
powers
you did that
of
on
doom.
Leah. You did that on Leah, not me.
But it's technically for me.
Fair enough. That is
But I
very
rolled.
true. But I don't like to use them too close to each other, regardless of who I'm using them on. It would have to be very extraordinary circumstances for me to use my DM powers again. I like to use them very cautiously. That way I can hopefully build a better narrative.
So
This
you're
is-
confirming you don't want to do it?
No, I do not.
Okay, because
Actually-
if you did it, it would have been a 2. Too late, you said you didn't.
Roll it one more time. I want to see if you can get a nat 20.
Who? Just Bailey.
Bailey, yeah, I want to see if you can get a nat 20.
Okay. Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Oh, we can't see. It's a 20!
Okay. We're going to take the nat 20. This time I'm using my DM powers for good.
I'll tell you now. Before that, it was a 2.
I know,
I
I rolled,
re-rolled it
like,
just
out
because.
of pure curiosity, I rolled right now and I got a 3.
That's fine. I should have gone with you. But because I
rolls aren't
used my
always
DM
good.
powers for bad and it didn't work out, I guess we're just going with this is a very happy memory. And remind you that just like everybody else, this is a memory. So it's somewhat unreliable, but it's close enough to the truth that in the end, any changes from the truth won't matter. So, oi,
Okay.
you carelessly just your mother said take it away from the fire, so you just move the stick directly up,
Dunk.
hitting
Like,
the spit roast. However,
what?
oh yeah, you hit it. However,
Oh no.
with a nat 20 luck roll, you hit it up, it flies into the air because you have oik strength and oik smash, and it flips and rotates a couple of times and then lands exactly where it was perfectly.
Fucking dumb luck.
Your mother looks at you and goes, "Don't do that again."
I'm 3 moments. I was 3 moments away from beating your ass. Type shit.
Yeah, no, that's the tone she has. You know, baby brother on my
Or
back
could,
or
like-
not, I would beat you.
Hit you with a freaking mom aim chancla type shit.
Oh yeah, no,
nice.
she's about to go full chancla on your ass, but it landed perfectly, and she just grabs the spit roasts and continues to turn it.
He was like half in position, like trying to grab something.
Yep.
His throat.
And she
Like
goes,
with like slow.
"I know Oik is
Hmm?
hungry, but Oik has to wait for food."
It's not black enough yet.
No, it's not.
Or he would like slowly back away, like holding the stick to them, like a child would hold a teddy bear if they're scared.
By the way, the image I have is the video of this like super tiny wiener dog carrying a stick that's literally like 5 times its length, wagging its tail happily, and that is what I'm imagining Oik doing right now.
Yes.
So, which by the way, now that
Honestly,
I
it does.
reference that, I need
It
to
does
look it
give
up.
that vibes.
1 second.
It does give that vibes. But I guess other than that, I
Yep.
feel like Oik
This
would
is-
then take their stick. Where do you put it?
1 second. I am sending this into the
Look at the one Tucker-san.
into the voice
I mean-
chat. This is what I imagine Oik doing right now.
Oh, when I see that, I think of the one sound called "I've got look at this stick that," or it's something about a stick. I don't remember.
Yep, no, that, by the way, if you were watching it, is exactly what I'm imagining Oik doing. the tiny little wiener dog with the big stick. That is such a good
I'm not
video.
afraid to use it.
So,
Yeah,
anyway, that is what I'm imagining
but like
Oik
in
is right now.
scale wise, I feel like
Oh, the stick is
the
bigger
stick
than
in-
that. Yeah.
the
But-
one taco scent is
Oh.
a little bit more like lengthwise accurately.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the one taco scent, absolutely. Yep. That is what that's like the actual size of the stick, but like the way Oik is acting is the wiener dog.
Yeah, it does give that vibe.
So,
If Oik was given, what is it, a type, he would be like the golden retriever type.
no, tiny wiener dog that thinks it's a golden retriever type.
Small dog that think big dog syndrome.
Yep. They call that the Napoleon complex. No, so yeah, no, like you walk away, like just like holding the stick across your chest lengthwise, like the wiener dog, and you're just like running through the village with it.
Not caring if I hit anyone or not, just
Nope.
running
But
around.
with a 20 luck roll, you don't hit anything with it.
I guess Oik would kind of like run around trying to look for things to whack with his newfound weapon.
Roll me a
Macaroni.
perception check, Oik. You can do this with advantage.
Currently, I'm as blind as Oik because I can't find perception. That's persuasion.
Minus 10. No.
12.
12? It
Yeah.
still works. Either a really high... Actually, honestly, I don't know why I had you roll. Because this works no matter what.
He trips over a rock and then hits the rock with the stick.
No. You see the other goblin children playing, and they're running around.
Oh, no.
You think they're a really good practice target to try and hit. Because they're so energetic. They're so moving around. You think it'd be very
Just
fun to try and hit them with it. Which, I
Okay.
would remind you, Oik has full memories of who she is. Or he is. Oik is still choosing to do this. Because Oik smash.
Wake smash. Go
So-
for the kneecaps, brother.
Okay, you go for a sweeping
them.
attack. Roll the hit.
Roll the hit.
This will be with your strength modifier.
Yes. 23.
In a sweeping attack, you take out all the children's kneecaps.
Shit, didn't I have like new calculations to like do damage with? But I
Yes,
probably
but you
already
have a
used that.
different weapon. It's just a stick now, so. But,
Yeah.
yeah, with the taco stick in mind, you do a sweeping kneecap attack. You hit all the kids. They go scattering like bowling pins hit by a bowling ball. You know. The strike animation appears in front of you. No. Because that's not a meme or anything. You know.
Definitely not.
Yeah, just LeVar Burton comes on screen and goes, strike! You know, and then it follows up with the more you know. No, anyway, I'm sorry. Totally getting distracted. That does not, by the way, not happen. That is not canon.
It is now. You said it.
No, it is not canon. It is not canon.
Whatever the DM says is true.
The DM saying it's not true, so that must make it not true. Yeah, you just hit all the kids. They start crying. Your mother looks over and says, "Oik! Food's ready."
Oik runs back over with the stick.
I
Like,
will.
food.
Oik! Put the stick down if you want to eat. You'll need both hands.
I stab like the piece of like if she's holding a piece of meat out in front of Oik, Oik would like use the stick and like try and stab it into the meat. Like, I'm not putting this stick down.
I'm
This
sorry.
is my
just
treasure.
Look
I
at what
am not
Taco
looking
just
away.
said.
Hold on.
I don't know why. It's such a good combination of the three.
It correlates to
Yeah.
the current. It's very accurate.
Yeah, you stab the meat, and now you face the problem of the fact that if you're holding the stick, the meat is very far away from you.
Oik, hold on, let me roll like an intelligence check
No.
to see if Oik would be able to think of this. Because Oik normally isn't smart. This is when they are younger. They
Again, you have your full memory and stats as
Yeah.
adult Oik.
Yeah, but like still they normally are not the brightest of beings.
Yeah.
Intelligente.
Fucking ambulances, go away. I'm recording.
No. Damn.
Why
DM
can't
wants
people die
to
on their own
die.
time? Stop interrupting me.
9.
9.
Yeah.
Since you chose to roll for this, interpret that 9 however you think or however you think you would.
I feel like Oik would like try and like pull the stick back and like kind of stretch his body out to try and like bite at the end of where the meat is, but he wouldn't because stick too long.
Okay, then
Oik.
I know how to DM this now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oik is holding the stick halfway up because she was holding it at the he was holding it at the end. Now he's holding it halfway up, but because the stick is so long, even like reaching out and like pushing the stick down as far as you can't reach the meat, and you topple over on top of the stick, and like even though the ground is there, you use the stick to pull yourself forward. Like the stick on the ground is not moving. You pull yourself forward along the stick until you reach the meat and just chow down on it.
Yay.
And Oik is now fed. Mission accomplished. You're now back in the real. No, I'm just kidding. That is all your memory was for.
Was like
just to get
the
fed.
last meal,
Yeah.
the last supper.
Yeah, this is actually, ironically enough, that's almost what we're about to do.
Oh no.
The memory around you begins to fade. You remember this meal. You don't know why you had this memory. You were floating in the void, but there's a lot more sense and presence to who and what you are in the void. You don't know why you had this memory. Perhaps it's because it's the last time you remember having fun. And as the darkness begins to fade again, you realize it's almost as if time itself and the memories of everything you did in the next 2 years flashes in front of you as if it was an old style cinema. You just get flickers and flashes of that memory in front of you. And you are now an adult. It is your birthday. You are sitting in the home with your mother and father and now, by the way, 2-year-old brother, who is, by the way, literally climbing the walls as you sit around the fireplace. And you are there are not goblins do not celebrate birthdays like humans and other races do, but they do celebrate large milestones. And you have this day passed into adulthood. It is the last moments of you being a child and the beginning moments of your life as an adult in this village. Except you remember as Oik yourself having the feelings, the want, the need to move on from this boring life. But as you re-enter and as the time flow slows down and you re-enter this moment, you don't have those feelings. As the 5-year-old Oik here, you don't feel like you're bored. You don't feel like you need to move on. You don't remember this day. But you find yourself sitting around the fire in your hovel with your parents who have created a feast of berries, of properly, for goblins, properly cooked meat. And all of it is
charcoal.
for it's basically just charred pieces of charcoal. And all, there's other family members, although the only family unit that goblins care about is mom, dad, and children. You have like the whole village in your home. They're all here to celebrate you passing on to adulthood. The chieftain there is there giving a speech that you could care less about. As you think about, how can you contribute to the goblin village? How can you, Oik, the adult, help the goblin village grow and prosper? In the last 2 years, again, basically once you're after a year old, goblins are virtually about as big as they'll get. They'll grow a little bit more over the next 4 years, but they're emotionally and physically more mature than other kids who, even accounting for the age differences between the species. You're basically, you're basically in your teens between year 2 and year 5. So you've dated a couple of people. You've had a couple of quote unquote romantic entanglements. So you're thinking like, oh, it's almost time to start my own family. It's almost time to, maybe I'll join the hunting party because oik smash. Oik smash deer. Deer is tasty. And
Must feast on evil.
yeah, there you go. And as you're doing this, you can hear the clang of metal. I don't have anything, let's see. Do I have a good thing that I can clang together here? You hear the clang of metal coming from the edge of the village. Stop sending attachments, goddammit. I'm trying to DM here, and I keep getting those little click to see attachment notifications from Giovanni. And you hear the clanging of this metal. You've never heard this before, but you've been told what it is. It's one of the guards at the... Fuck you too, Bailey. It's one of the guards at the edge of the village. I'm trying to have a traumatic moment with Oik here. God damn it. I want to give...
What makes you funnier?
I want to give Oik the trauma that you... Oh my god. I want to give Oik the trauma Bailey's experienced.
If you didn't say anything, I wouldn't have joined in.
I know.
You shouldn't have said anything.
That's gonna be so funny though. Unless you have it open, if someone's like listening to recordings, like what is happening?
Let's go over it. From where we left off, we have a gif of a ginger with wild hair, a frog sitting saying hello darkness my own friend, adulting, get back to work while whipping, oh no, oh lord, here we go again, chaos, trauma with a rainbow, and not I'd win, teethless going blep, and whatever the fuck Michael sent. Oh.
That's the Yippee meme.
Let me try to tell the story through gifs.
It is just like degraded.
Okay, going on this, Leah, you will now only get interpretive gifts for the rest of my DM. No, just imagine that's how I DM. No. Just sent different gifts. You have to figure it out.
Oh, damn, we might be here for more than the given amount of time.
Yeah, here.
Because I do it.
Let's see. Let's do GIF. Let's see. Where's a good one? There we go. There we go. Leah, interpret that.
Oh, no. Hold on. Open. Oh, no. First thing I saw was the one from Michael. But oh no. Big lizard.
Yes, big lizard with wings is going to burn you all down. No, that's not what happens. Anyway, back to serious man.
Just fire everywhere.
Well, in a way, that's where we're headed. But you hear the warning sound of metal clanging from the edge of the village as one of the goblin sentries alerts danger nearby. And the rest of the people, like almost the entire village, is in this small hovel. So they start trying to stream out, and being stupid goblins, some of them get stuck at the door frame. And that's when you see the bodies of those stuck in the door frame go limp.
Oh,
And you can hear the crackling of fire, but it's not coming from the fireplace. As you look up towards the noise, the entire roof is set ablaze and is now burning.
what?
Your turn to
Oh no,
roleplay,
this
Leah.
is gonna. Oik would like try and look for the closest exit or something they could possibly make into a exit.
Well, there's the door that has a couple limp goblins in it that nobody can move past, and there's nothing but the
Oik
stick
picks
in.
up a chair or some.
You
know what?
think your goblin
Oik
village is advanced enough for chairs? No.
Something that is the equivalent of a chair.
There's really nothing that you could use as a weapon inside this, except for a stick that's now curled against the floor and the wall that you remember from 2 years ago.
I pick up the stick and hit the bodies with it out of the door.
Oh, shit. Okay. Roll me a strength check with advantage.
24. It
One
looks like confetti.
One moment. I need to respond to something. Yeah, you like shove the stick into the bodies that are blocking the door, and they just kind of like explode into like puffs of pink mist as the goblins continue streaming out to face whatever is attacking them. Your mother and your father stream out as well, kind of at the end of the group. Your brother and other kids are staying inside the hovel for the moment because although the roof is on fire, it's not like it's like burning down or anybody inside is at the risk of dying at the moment. And outside, you see individuals in gleaming, shining armor standing in the middle of your village. And in the distance, you can barely see individuals holding bows, which, by the way, your village also has, so you know what a bow is. Holding bows with flaming sticks on them, and they let a couple more go, killing and lighting on fire some of the goblins near you.
I guess Oik. Who is the closest? Who is there anyone close that is like shooting that is close to Oik?
No, the individuals in gleaming metal are standing between you and the shooters. For out of character context, archers.
I know.
I'm just clarifying because never
Yeah,
underestimate.
but like I'm talking about it in general, like either like just people in armor or like in general. Who is there anyone?
Yeah, there'd be
close
somebody in
within...
armor closest to you. Just random dude in armor. Is there? That would be
Oik
closest for you to
will
attack.
try and hit them with the sticks.
Okay, roll an attack roll. By the way, use the weapon stats I gave you for your upgraded metal rod.
Motherfucker. Okay, I have to go find that real quick.
It should be pinned.
Yeah. Pinned. Oh, okay. Mm, okay, but I need to roll a 2 hit real quick.
Yes, to hit.
Okay,
Use the modifiers that come with that.
21.
21. You hit. Roll for damage.
Math.
And here we
3,
bring Leah back
3.
for weird sound effects.
Oh, I have plenty of those.
We've heard. We've
Don't
heard.
take.
I just thought I'd point it out.
I'm. Where the hell are my weapons?
Ooh, let me look at this. Yeah, it's been a while since pinned. Metal Club of Slicing. It should be in the last or the first thing that comes up in the pinned comments. It's 1d12 bludgeoning plus 1d8 slashing plus 5. So roll a 1d12 plus 1d8
Yeah.
plus 5. And any other modifiers you have as your character.
Says, can get a calculator because I'm not trying to calculate in my mind. We'd be
That's
here
why I
forever if
always
I
have
did.
my phone in front of me with the calculator open.
My phone currently has a Discord chat open between me and a friend about art.
And of course you do,
Okay.
Leo. That makes more sense than anything.
And
You tell me what
AD.
you've rolled, I can add it up for you.
15.
15. You swing the stick at him, and it sounds like metal hitting metal as you hit him and you force him backwards. In fact, he's hit so hard he falls prone, and is starting to struggle to get up. Your mother looks at you and goes, "I know you can fight, but save the kids."
Oig would look at his mother and be like, but Oig can save kid by beat up man in tin can.
Kids trapped. Fire. Save. And as she says that, the rest of the goblins kind of charge forward to attack the people attacking their village. There's maybe 30 or so goblins running forward now. Most of whom, by the way, are unarmed.
Okay, I guess Oig would kind of then run over to one of the burning buildings, probably the one he just left from. So his house,
Yep.
and like put the stick through the door and tell the kids to like grab onto the stick so he can pull them out.
Okay, the kids listen. You can feel the stick tug a couple of times as kids grab onto it, and you wait a second. There's no more tugging. You're sure that all the kids are now on the stick.
And then I have to probably roll a strength, or what do I have to roll to like pull them?
This can
Out,
be
or do I
purely
not have-
narrative if you want to pull them out. I won't make you roll for that. There's really nothing stopping from you trying over and over and over again, so there's no point in rolling.
Fair enough. Okay, we can do a narrative thing.
Yep. Okay, so you tug and pull the stick out, and you kind of like, backpedal a little bit, and eventually all the kids attached to the stick, which, by the way, is really going into that grooming arc you have.
No, 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 no.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't help,
Yeah,
right?
Last joke. Last
Doesn't
joke.
help.
I'm so
One of
sorry.
the people. No.
Um,
One of the people. So I'm still on the server. Right? I'm still on the server. I'm playing with them. One of the people I know for a fact is 15, who's online right now.
okay, was that going somewhere?
No, it's just like, please don't. There are minors on the server. Don't go there.
So you get the kids safely out of the fire, but this has taken some time and effort. And you look back, and really, it's only a handful of goblins left standing. Many of the sentries that were around the village who are armed were able to return, so they're all standing. The chieftain, your mother, a couple of other people you've known in the village your quite literally entire 5-year life, they're still standing. A couple of the men in armor have been downed, but they don't seem to be dead. And the archers are just free firing at them, and they see more goblins coming out of the fire. They turn their attention towards you and the kids.
Oh. Oh no.
And just so you know, smoke is filling the air as more houses have been lit on fire. You can hear the screams of those goblins who have been wounded but not killed. It fills the air. It feels thick and heavy, almost as if you're trying to move through molasses.
I guess Oik will try and like move the kids away from the fighting. So probably deeper into the woods.
Okay. As the kids are still holding on to the stick you found as a kid yourself, you kind of go like, follow Oik, follow Oik. And you kind of use it as a guiding post. As the kids hang on, you lead them away from the fighting. But you're not quick enough. The arrows start to fly your way.
Oh no. That is a sound you never want to hear.
That was a 19 for the archers. A nat 19. Okay. There are, by the way, 11 kids, including your brother. Let me find my d10. They will roll this with advantage because they got a 19 for their attack. Here's my d10. Is this it? This is it, okay. Ooh, first roll is a 9. Second roll is a 7. Blake, what's your AC?
My AC is 16.
Okay. Then you take... Oh shit, I dropped that.
Please. Please be something low.
Well, if I drop it, I re-roll it.
Fuck.
You take 19 points of damage. And you can choose to double that to save one additional child.
Okay.
Or rather, I should say, for every 19 points of damage you're willing to take, you can save an extra child. Which, by the way,
You said
9
there were
of
11.
them. There are 11 of them. 9 of them will get killed.
9.
9 of them, yes.
Let me do some math.
Oh, by the way, as a character, you can choose to go down in this moment if you want. Or go, hit, 0 HP. That is absolutely a valid option.
Can I go down trying to protect all the kids?
Well, how many kids would you be able to save if you hit or went under 0 HP?
I would be able to save 5.
5. Okay. I would allow you to save 1 additional child so that a total of 3 die if you're willing to give up one of your death saving throws
Okay, cool.
as an automatic failure.
Okay, as long as I don't get in that one, I'm good.
Okay. You see the rain of arrows coming from the archers, their aim is beyond true. The kids are at the other end of the stick as you're leading them away. And you rush over, throwing your body on top of as many of them as you can. You can feel each arrow impacting you. And despite your best efforts, 3 kids, not including your brother, die. You are laying there, breathing in what might be your last breath, as you yell as loud as you can, almost coming off as a whisper, "Run!" And the kids begin fleeing the area. And you will make your first death saving throw now.
Fudge.
Oh, and by the way,
death
you
saving
can
throw.
die here and have to make a new character, just so you know. Death saving throws a D20.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
1 to 10 is a failure. 11 to 20 is a success, with a nat 1 counting as 2 and a nat 20 counting as a revive.
Yeah,
at
I
1
know
each
that.
week. Okay, just making sure you remember.
But it's just a plain dice roll.
Yeah, it's just a D20.
Okay.
No additions or minuses. It's just a D20.
Also, another question I have is, if I die now, would that affect, like, the future happenings, what happened with Oik?
No.
Okay, but I rolled a 17, so
Okay,
that's
you
one
have
save.
1 save, 1 failure. The kids begin running away. As you kind of stabilize yourself just a little bit, you're still conscious, but you cannot really move. But what little you can, you kind of roll over as much as you can to see the fight happening. Now that you're sure the kids are outside of the archer's range, since you were already kind of at the edge of the village as they run into the forest. You can feel or see the bodies of the 3 dead children around you, as you kind of crawl over them and look at the fight happening in the center of the village. There is only the chieftain and your father left standing. Your father is standing over the corpse of your mother. As you watch, both him and the chieftain are cut down. I need another death saving throw from Oik.
Okay. Go. 13.
That's a success. 2 successes,
So-
1 failure. You need
It
3.
was so close to being nuts.
A 13.
I almost got a freaking 1.
Okay. As your father and chieftain fall, the men in armor, one of whom seems completely motionless, they begin moving through the dying or dead corpses of goblins, cutting their left ears off. And since you're at the edge of the village, they almost get to you last. There's a couple other goblins here who have fallen along with the children from arrows. But they begin moving towards you. And they finally collect almost all the ears and start moving towards the small group of goblins laying here. And as they approach you, I need another death saving throw from Oik.
Okay. Play dead. Why did you not roll? Okay. No. No.
You did not just get a nat 1.
Damn.
You got a nat 1?
Yeah.
Okay. That kind of works into what I'm doing. As the men approach you,
Oh no.
you can feel the last rasping, rattling breaths coming out of yourself. As one reaches down, pulling your entire head up as he yanks on your left ear. He cuts it off and the entire world turns to black again. Oi.
Okay.
This entire time, you have always been missing your left ear. From the moment you appeared in this campaign, your left ear has been missing. But as the world fades to black, You don't feel yourself dying. You feel yourself returning to the void, having full knowledge of the reason why you left your village. You were left there for dead amongst the other goblin corpses. The trauma that you went through, blocking your memory. You only, up to this point, had remembered leaving your village voluntarily. But no, instead it was an absolute massacre. And as the void begins to fade again, we move over to the world that was left here. And to everybody who's here, you see the void open up again, and there stands Oik with a bleeding ear.
Down.
Or rather, blood coming out of what used to be an ear. Now everybody is free to RP.
Where have you been? That blacksmith's got a partner now. You missed your chance.
Oh no, oink! And I go to
Oh, that's their
lay
name,
my hand in
sorry.
the ear.
I don't think Thingy would know who Oik is. Flicker would, but you wouldn't. Would you?
I would. I met Oik.
Not you.
Oh.
Yeah, of course,
He's
Jessica
talking about
would
Giovanni.
know, but like,
Oh.
brr. Okay.
What I remember after the darkness.
Yes, I would say that, you would. That, or you can roll the unique history roll, but the threshold's like 5.
Shits and giggles.
Just as long as you don't roll a 1, you should be fine.
Also, I almost have to
21.
get going.
We are wrapping up right now, Oik.
Okay, cool.
I got 21.
Yeah, you remember who Oik is. You are the same person, but your memories as Flicker have disappeared. But through your own experiences in the void, you definitely remember who Oik is. In fact, I would say that you said 21, right?
Yeah.
With a 21, you actually read a book that told you the story of why Oik left her village. So you actually know what happened to her.
So, what I experienced, basically, he read about.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I guess
I've gone
Oik
over-
would just look around, just recognizing Jessica and Michael, but she wouldn't recognize the other two, which is Giovanni and Hope.
Yep.
Because he hasn't met them.
And with that, you are at 1 HP, Oik. And
Okay.
I dump all 50 hit points in.
you what?
Well,
Put my lay on hands. I dump all 50 hit points.
Oh, okay. Oik, you gain plus 50, so you're at 51 HP now. The arrows in
Okay,
your
cool.
back, which, by the way, are still there. The arrows in your back begin to, kind of pull themselves out as your skin heals. Also, Oik, you found that you have de-aged. You are once again 5 years old.
Oh, God.
Imagine this. They haven't seen Oik in forever. They see Oik reappear with arrows in them and looking younger and missing an ear.
Yep,
Like, that is a sight.
that is. And that is also the
that's
magic
right.
of my world. Speaking of which, we are coming to the end
Okay.
of this session. I hope you all enjoyed. I know it was still a bit
Yeah.
narrative, but at the beginning of next session, we will explore BDSM Guy's backstory. And I will finally
Well,
give him an
say-
actual name.
All I'm going to say is this time you did an amazing work.
And it was
Hear it.
recorded!
Yeah, people can
Yeah.
hear it. Imagine you look to OBS and you see it just ended about half an hour ago.
Or you never actually hit the
or you
record
never
button.
actually hit record.
I would
that
tell
was
you
just
right
mistake
now,
by a pixel.
I would fucking kill myself.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
That would be so embarrassing to happen, especially considering I took such great care at the beginning of this to make sure that that is not the case. We even had the whole emphasis joke on starting the recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go. I
Sure.
thank you for attending this session, and I hope you all had fun. Even though I know Michael and Jessica, you basically did nothing.
It's all good.
They got to hear some very. I mean, technically, he helped a little bit. Bailey did a little bit.
Yes, you did roll a little bit. Michael, you have been basically silent this entire time, and I am so
I
sorry.
mean,
He said memes.
Yeah, he said memes.
was
Yeah,
It's fair
I
enough.
mean- when I like heard that like arrows was coming after the children Oik was protecting, I thought of that one scene from Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, where you know, pretty sure you Sar would know.
Yes. So yes, there we go. And that is the end
Yeah.
of the session. Thank you for all attending, and I'm going to end the recording now that everything
Okay.
important has been said, and most importantly, my voice has been recorded.
And Leah, got a question for you.